Hi there, welcome to Football Made in Ghana's first episode in the first season of The Sit Down. And today we are in the lovely home of one of Ghana's fastest rising football prodigies. You might easily mistake him for a boxer because of his obvious stature though, but he's one of the powerful strikers emerging, making waves in Europe. I'm honored and privileged to have with me here Elvis Kofi Ochiwiafi. Welcome to The Sit Down.
Thank you very much.
How have you been?
I've been all right. I think it's been a long season. It's been a difficult season, but at the end of the day, yeah, Brighton got promoted to the Premier League, so yeah, I'm happy.
Well, Brighton got promoted to the Premier League. You didn't play much of a role with Brighton because you were out on loan.
Yeah.
Would you say you still have chances of playing for Brighton, now that they are in the top flight?
It's going to be difficult because obviously they got promoted and they want to they want to get more power, more have a quality in the squad. So that will be difficult for everyone. But I know my qualities. I know what I'm capable of. So I'm not afraid to challenge that.
Are you yourself looking ahead to playing for Brighton? I mean, having been on loan for, I think, twice. You've been shipped out on loan twice since you joined Brighton permanently in 2015. Are you still eyeing a starting role for them now that, like you said, it's going to be even more difficult now?
Like in the football, you never know what's going to happen because it can change so quickly. But you also have to be realistic. So in that fact, I understand what you're saying. That it's going that am I still looking for a role to play there or something like that. But I think in the first case, I got 1 more year left on my contract. So in the preseason, I'll go back and see what goes on from there. But if it won't work out, then I have to be honest with myself and see what's the best solution.
But what are the signals already? Already, I'm sure your representatives have been speaking to you and all that. What are the earlier signs? Do you think you're going to stay?
The latest things I've heard is that I have to come back in pre-season, and they want me in pre-season. So from pre-season, we'll see what's going on.
Do you feel you've not been given enough opportunities to prove your worth at the highest level? Do you feel so?
At Brighton?
Yeah,
I think so, because obviously from the moment I came in, I needed time to adapt because obviously I came from Holland, I came from Finland. That's a different league, a different way of playing football. So I took time to adapt, and at the moment that I felt that I was ready, the team was doing so well that the manager didn't have any reason to change or get me into the team. So I understand it, but it's been quite a hard time for me.
but why would you leave Feyenoord and join Hove? A lot of people, and myself, I feel you've not. It has not enhanced you in any way because at Feyenoord you were increasing your worth. You were playing games. You were playing in Champions League. Why would you leave Feyenoord and join Brighton, where you've been shipped out on loan twice?
I didn't expect it to happen from the first time when I signed. I didn't expect to happen to say that I will not play or not be involved for a big part of the season. But yeah, what you said, I was at Feyenoord. I was playing every week, and yeah, I was scoring my goals, and yeah, I was I was developing myself in that way. But I felt that it was time for something else, and that's why I made the choice to go to Brighton and over Albion. And yeah, it was hard. It's been a difficult time, but you can't say that in front that you don't know what's gonna happen. So for me, it was the same. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but yeah, I made a choice, and yeah, maybe it has not been fulfilled out for me like the way I wanted to be. But yeah, I still made a choice.
So on the hindsight, would you say it was the right choice to make at the time?
If 2 years later, to be honest, it wasn't the right choice. I know that for myself. That wasn't the right choice. But at the moment I did it, you never know how it's going to work out. If I went there and I was playing every week, and now I was playing a big role, and we were promoted to the Premier League, and I know that next year I will be playing, it was a good choice. But now it does not work out that much that I wanted. You will say that now it hasn't been a good choice. But I think, yeah, for every choice you make in life, you have to pay the price.
Do you feel like many, and I'm a big fan. I've been following your exploits ever since. I feel a bit let down because I know your potential. I know what you are able to do. I feel you should have been much higher than where you are playing now. Do you feel the decision to leave Feyenoord at that time was a hasty one?
I think so. It wasn't easy for me to leave because obviously I've been there more than 10 years. I've been home from my whole life. I played football at Feyenoord, and the moment that I left was very hard for me to leave, but I felt it was the right thing to do. But I know if you look back at the last 2 years and where I was before that, I was developing, I was playing Champions League, Europa League, scoring goals against big teams, and yeah, I had a good name. So yeah, if I still would be a final and I was playing, yeah, of course I would be at a higher level now, but you never know what's going to happen in football, so you can't just say like, yeah, you made a wrong choice. If you stayed at final, you would be now playing for I don't know where or something else. But
Does it hurt them more knowing that they won the championship?
it doesn't hurt. It's like, yeah,
With you not being part of them.
I would like to be
It's been a
involved.
long while.
Yeah, I would like to be involved.
Yeah.
For them winning the league, of course. I was on loan at the Gold Eagles, and we had the game. I was playing against Ajax. We were playing against Ajax. It was the last game of the season, and that was the other 2 games left, and that was the day that final could win the title. So before the game, I posted something on Instagram wishing them luck for the game, that they could be champions. And yeah, at the end of the day, the fans and the direction of the club where I was on loan wasn't too happy with it.
So were you called into the office and were told, okay, you're not allowed to do this, and because you've done this, how did it go down?
No, it was the next day I came in on training. I went to they called me into the office and asked me what happened. I just explained what happened, and from there on, yeah, we took a decision. It wasn't that they sent me away or something like that. That's not true. That's not all out in the media that they have sent me away and all that. But it wasn't true like that. It was more like they said the fans we got 1 game left and the fans could react in a kind of way, and we are not playing for anything anymore. So from that point on, we think then it's better done to let you play. But if it was something on we were playing still for or playing for promotion or something like that, it would be a different case. But now it's only 1 game left. That's why they made that decision.
Your love for speed and power is also very, very inherent. You got fined for speeding.
I don't know where that story came from, but that's absolutely not true. I don't know where that story came from. Someone linked me on the internet about the thing, but I don't know anything about it. So far I know.
It's not true.
For as far as I know, I got my license still.
Everything is intact.
Everything is intact, and even that time. They said it was in March. In March, I was in Holland. I wasn't even in England, so I don't know where that story came from.
But you can't deny the fact that I've seen the cars parked outside. Well, when the lane is out there, I mean, you like to take a spin.
Of course, of course. I like to. Yeah.
Anyway, that's by the way. Okay, so I felt at the time, especially when we were at Feyenoord, we were getting closer to playing for the Ghana national team. Do you feel your chances of playing for the national team has retrogressed a bit? Do you feel by the move in the past 2 years? You feel if you hadn't made that move, then you would be playing senior national team football regularly for the Black Stars?
I don't know, because I think if a manager really wants you or someone really believes in you, he knows my qualities, and he knows what I've done in the past, and he knows what I'm still capable of. So I find it a bit strange to say that, yeah, because of my move, you're not now involved or you haven't get a called up, because they already know what I'm capable of. We already had conversations, we already sat down and did everything, so they know that I'm ready. So yeah, and I remember that the last time I spoke to the former manager, he was talking about that I didn't had enough playing time at Brighton, so he couldn't pick me up in the squad and all that. But now, the last half season, I've been on loan out. I'm playing every week in, week out. So, yeah, they can't say that now I'm not ready because I haven't played a lot, because I've played every game in the last 5-6 months. I've played every game. So, from there on, I think it's their decision to make to call me up. But I already said I'm ready.
Do you feel it has overly delayed?
Yeah, I think it's really delayed, because when I was at the time, I find at a certain stage, I was 21 and I was playing Champions League, what you said, playing Europa League, scoring goals against big teams and all that. So from that moment, I thought, yeah, this is the time, but it didn't happen. So yeah, I think it's delayed.
You were playing for the Dutch under 21 teams. Yeah. You were playing for the youth teams. You were probably going to get a look into the senior national team. Then you did the paperwork to switch nationality to play for Ghana, and it has not happened for you. It has not gone quite to plan. Is there any regret in there?
There's no regret, but because I knew, as what I said, for every choice you make in life, you have to pay the price. So I never regret something that I do or think like, maybe I can think like, well, was it the best decision to make? But I never regret something. But at that point, I think that I made a choice, and yeah, I haven't still made an appearance yet for Ghana. So if it's like it won't gonna happen in the next few years, I can still go and play for Holland or something like that. So it's not have been the decision yet that I think that I've regret that decision. Or,
Is it still possible for you to switch again to play for the Dutch national team?
it's not really something that's on my mind because I know that I made a decision, and when I make a decision, I'm going for it. So yeah, I'm not thinking about it now, but yeah.
It's a possibility, isn't it? The temptation's always there, isn't it? Especially when you're playing well.
Yeah,
when you start playing well, then
true. But
the interest will heighten, isn't it?
That's true. But I said my heart is still my heart says I have to play for the Black Stars. But you said if it won't happen, what can I do?
Interesting. Let's look beyond even Brighton and Hove. Of course, you're not going to stay there forever. In fact, you could be moving this summer, depending on how things go. You're still young, 25, 23. You're still very, very young. A lot more to prove. Which moves are you looking out for?
I think the most important thing is now that I have to go somewhere and play. So to get minutes, that's the most important thing. So if I get back and play and get back on track, yeah, then I can show myself to everybody. And I think that's the most important thing. I'm not looking to go somewhere where I don't know if I'm going to play or something like that. I know in football you can't get guarantees, but obviously you know that if a manager really wants you, you can get into the team or he want to work with you. So I think that's the most important thing that I get myself somewhere that I know that I'm going to get chances.
What's the attraction for playing in England? Because you could have gone anywhere when you left Feyenoord, but there seems to be this kind of attraction to playing in England, regardless of whether you are playing the Championship or you are playing the Premier League. There's this attraction I don't really get. Is it really real? What was that factor? What's the wow factor about the English game that makes it so attractive for players?
I think England is, I think for everyone, is the promised land of playing football.
Is it because of the big backs? Partly.
It's part of the game, but if you go to England, if you can play in England, I think you won't think twice because that's what I said, the promised land of football. That's what football's been played, it's been made and everything. So if you got the opportunity to go to England, that's what I did. I didn't think twice, you know. So I just took that chance, and for me, it hasn't worked out the way it should. But I think still, everyone that I think England football Premier League is the most watched football over the whole world. So yeah, that it's big. It's big.
How do you compare the level of football in England to when you were in Holland? Is it much more difficult playing in England than playing anywhere else?
Yeah, I think the English league is the most difficult league, but I think even the Championship or the Premier League. But the thing is, like, in Holland, it's more like tactical play and building up from the back to the front, and in England, it's more direct. It's more power, more pace, more physique, and I think that's the biggest difference.
And that's kind of play I reckon suits you much better.
Yeah, true, that suits you, but...
To be more direct.
Yeah, true, but still... If you go to England, you still have to adapt because it's different. It's different. The power and the pace, even if you are a player that likes that, it's even different the way you were before. So you still have to get adapt to it. And that was a thing that I had some issues with in the beginning. But at a certain point, everything where you get into, you will learn and you will get into the facts of the country or the player playing football and everything. So that's what I did as well. So, but yeah, it's a difference between England and other countries in this fact, Holland, of course.
All right, the previous Black Stars manager was following your exploits. He's gone. Kwesi Appiah is back. What do you make of his reappointment? It's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't really know him that much, but yeah, what I heard of all the people is that they're very happy that he's back. So yeah, and I think. What I would say is that that Ghanaian coach is back and he's a manager. I think it's good. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen, but I think it's a good move.
He's had a track record of giving international breaks to people who really, really need it. Do you feel he probably might be the person to hand you that break you need with international football?
Yeah, but I don't think that it all depends on the manager because obviously still you have to do it on your own. So it's your feet have to do the talking. So you can say that, as a manager, this manager is the best or would be the best for me. I don't really see it that way because I just think, he will give you the chance. But if he gives you the chance and you don't take it, what are you going to say then? So still you have to take the chance yourself and you still have to do it. You still have to prove it.
So how crucial then is the upcoming season to you? Because do you feel this should be a make or break season for you? Wherever you land your fate, it should be a place where we'll see the best of you.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think it's really important. This is going to be a crucial year for me. Wherever I'm going to go is going to be a crucial year for me because after the 2 years where I've been now and have to get back on track and show myself and let the people know that I still can do it. So, yeah, it's going to be a really crucial moment in my career this year. I think my aim is still to be a regular starter in the Premier League. So that's the biggest dream for me, I think. And even if it doesn't work out now, I won't give that dream up because I know what my qualities are, and maybe it will take time to get there, but that doesn't mean that I can't get there. So I know that I can do it. So even if it takes time, my biggest dream is still playing in the Premier League, being a regular starter in the Premier League team.
How long have you been back here in Ghana?
I've been here now for like almost 3 weeks. Yeah.
Well, where have been your favorite spot?
Favorite spot? I like to be around Kiki Bees in East Legon. One of my friends is a restaurant, it's a lounge, and I'm always there with my friends almost every day. And but it's getting dangerous as well because the food is getting too much. So I need to get back training.
Is the fufu still good as it was when you came last time?
Yeah, I think for fufu, yeah, I go to Bush Canteen. I think that's the best place. Bush Canteen is very good for fufu, and I still like it. But what I said, I have to get back training because obviously.
What's it about Ghana that when you're approaching the end of the season, it makes you itch to come back home? What is it about it coming back home that you cherish the most?
Going back home. I think that going back home, being in a good vibe, being with your family, your people, having good food, being around everything. I think when you step out of the plane and you land in Ghana, there's some feeling that comes out of you that, yeah, I'm back home. And I think that's the most important thing for me also, that I said that I want to play for the Black Stars, because when I always come to Ghana, I feel like, yeah, this is home.
Final question before I let you go. For a young athlete like you people coming up, okay, you earning some good money, how difficult is it to always keep your feet on the ground and not veer off as others have done in the past? I mean, you're young, okay, you are wild, you want to do the crazy stuff, and you have the money to do them too. So how difficult is it to always stay grounded?
I think it depends on the person you are yourself, but I think also one thing that's very important is like, okay, you can go out and have your fun and do your things, but when it's time to work, you have to work, and you have to get those things straight. You have to get those things separate from each other and know that when it's time to do practice and being fully focused on football, and when sometimes obviously you have time to relax and be with friends and chill. But I think it also depends on the people that are around you. If you have good people around you, they will always support you and tell you what to do in the good way. So it also depends on the people that are around you. I think that's very, very, very important.
The challenge also is, how do you get those people around you? Because I mean, somebody who is on the fast lane to distraction doesn't really see it. You know, how do you select those people around you to ensure that they're the right?
Okay, maybe as a young person in this life, as an athlete in this life, maybe you have to make 1 or 2 mistakes to open your eyes to see, like, okay, the next time I know how to do, I have to go this way or that way. So I think it's not really bad when you're young to make certain mistakes, because you will learn of it. So I think that's also a part that happens, that you make mistakes and you learn out of it, and from there on, you know what to do the next time.
Thank you very much, sir, for having us.